going to be a cold start of my 6 kilowatt diesel Onan generator. I decided to locate the generator in this shed here due to the fact that it was quite noisy down by the garage of my house. So I'm going to do a cold start. This is, I don't know, it was 22 degrees this morning, and it says it's about 48 out here right now. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Start it up. I wanted to show everybody here what I ended up doing. The stain's not from the generator; it's from a lawnmower that I used to have out here. But just had a rag in there holding up some of the holes. But basically, it's not quite finished yet, but it's close enough. I originally had a 240 volt connector in here, and I had some outlets I had wired in here. I decided to change that around and just go into a panel. So the 240 comes up through here, kind of goes along and terminates into this panel here. I bought this panel off of Home Depot. It's actually kind of a nice panel. It comes with a 50 amp breaker for the 240, which is a little bit too much for my generator. So what I ended up doing was putting in a 30 amp breaker, double pole here, and it has a 20 amp on the side, which is for this. So this one here drives that, and that single one drives that right there. So I think I got that on Home Depot for under $100. It only was available via the website. I couldn't get it in the store for some reason, but I decided to end up hooking up this way. This way I'll protect the generator with the fuses, as opposed to the other way that I was going to do it, where I had everything wired up here. So it's got two 5-gallon fuel cans underneath, so I got 10 gallons. I am going to probably end up using this 55-gallon drum here once I decide exactly how I'm going to arrange things in here. But I have a bunch of these 55-gallon heavy-duty plastic barrels, which should hold diesel fine. Could easily probably hold, a couple hundred gallons of fuel in here if I had to. But for right now, it's hooked up to 10. It is on this cart. It's bolted down to a very, very heavy-duty cart. And it's got a nice, huge battery here. This is the exhaust I end up putting on it. It comes out the back. There used to be a muffler that used to hang down here. I took it off, and I put a new muffler on it right there. Muffler is really, really quiet, and what I did was I cut a hole to go outside. Now, I do have to do some work here. It's not finished. I'm going to put some kind of aluminum or something around here to protect the wood from possibly catching fire. And I did check the clearances to the back and when it was running, and it seems to be fine. It's close to the wall, but it's not that close. For the winter now, I'm just going to leave this here. I'm not going to have a hole going through there or a vent. In the spring or summer, I'll put a vent in there. This does not get hot enough in the winter time. It actually helps keep this room warm in the winter. So now, this is a complete cold start we're going to do here. This thing's like ice cold, so I'm probably going to eventually have some kind of a block heater or something on it too, and a trickle charge on the battery here. Again, I just hooked this up. Somebody on Smokestack wanted some pictures and whatnot and they wanted to hear how it sounded. So again, the engine noise is quite loud of a diesel engine with these Onans. The exhaust is super quiet now. Once I get it running, we'll take it outside, and I'll shut the door as well so you can get an idea of the sound. But it's probably gonna smoke a little bit and make some noise. This is the preheat switch that I'm pushing down. For those of you who don't know, it heats up the intake right there, and it also heats up two glow plugs, one there, one over there on the other side. They tell you to hold this down for 30 seconds and then start it. So we'll give it about 30 seconds, then we'll try starting it up. It's actually kind of cold in here. I'm shivering. It's kind of pretty cold in this shed. So we'll see how well it starts up. So what I'm going to do is, the other switch is right there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to push that up while I'm holding this pre-switch down and see what happens. Do is walk around the side here, and this is it. I mean, you can hear the exhaust. There's the exhaust pipe. It's not really that loud out here. I could actually hear the engine in the inside louder than the exhaust out here. But I'll get the mic closer. Okay? So that's all the noise it makes from this side. So right here, it's not very loud. And what I'll do is come back a little more. So I'm probably about 15 feet away from the shed. So there's more noise coming from out this door. Just gonna go ahead and shut this. Okay, now I'm about, I don't know, 20 feet away from the shed. The front of the shed. It's not loud at all. So come over here. This is the exhaust side. Again, about 25 feet away from the shed, and you can easily have a conversation out here. I don't know how it's gonna sound on the video that I'm recording, but it's not loud by any means at all. Just walking around. I'm gonna walk back a little closer to the house, get an idea of what it sounds like. I mean, from here, I could just hear the diesel engine running. I can't hear the exhaust at all. Now, probably about, oh gee, I don't know. Dog's barking. Probably about 50 feet maybe away from the shed. And it sounds like an air compressor. You know, when it calls for air, that's what it sounds like from here. It's not loud at all. So, you know, there's the sound test. I'm very happy with it. It's now under shelter, so I don't have to worry about water getting in here. So we'll go back in and shut it down. There you have it. So you can kind of see what it looks like now up on the cart. Like I said, nice oversized battery, 2 5-gallon fuel jugs for 10 gallons. There's more of a 55-gallon drum there. I have several of those. And you know, there's the roof line of the shed. It's a, I don't even know what this is. It's a, I think a 12 by 10 shed that I have out here that I just stored, you know, some tractors and some other things I have for some of my other generators, some propane tanks. I got 200-gallon propane tanks in here, some gasoline, and like I said, I have this transfer panel over here that's I decided to put in just to, it's fuses and whatnot to protect the generator there. So guess what we'll do is we'll just start this thing up monthly, make sure it's working fine, and just wait for the next power outage to use it. That's about it.